Yo, what's up guys, it's Owen, also known as Big Ass Slap here, and today we have a pretty crazy story. And this one is probably going to be a little bit longer than my other ones, but yeah, anyways, let's hop right into it. Before we hop into it actually, I just wanted to say, don't be stupid like me. Also, I just want to thank you guys for all the support I've been getting. It means the world to me. You guys don't even know it. But let's hop into this story time. So, this story time all begins on a sophomore day, I think. Yeah, sophomore or freshman year. And it was right after school. Like, I went through my whole day, everything was normal. And me and my friend were walking home. I'm gonna call this friend Jackson. Me and my friend Jackson were walking home. And we're like walking through my neighborhood. I only lived like 10, 15 minutes away from school. So we're walking through my neighborhood, and then we're probably like 4 or 5 blocks away from my house. And my other friend from school, he drives by. And he stops and says hi, we talk for a little bit. And eventually I ask him, like, yo, bro, where did you come from? Like, why are you over here? Like, I know you don't live over here. And he's like, oh, I just hit up the plug, had to buy some bud. And I'm like, hell yeah, bro, that's so valid. Like, fuck yeah. And he's like, hell yeah, bro. He actually just gave me this edible. And he said that he got it from another plug, but I don't want it. So if you want it, you can have it. And I was like, what does it have in it? And he was like, probably weed. I honestly have no idea. It's a mystery edible. And I was like, fuck yeah, give me that mystery edible. I'll take it. So I take this mystery edible off of his hands, and then he drives off. And I'm like, yo, Jackson, you want to split this with me? And he was like, fuck yeah, I do. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, well, I know you're going to take it, so if I don't take it, then I'll be left out, and you'll be alone. And what if it's laced? And I was like, you know what? Good point. Very good point. So, W. Jackson, really cool of you. Anyways, we both take like half of this edible, and it's not like anything crazy. It's just a Rice Krispie treat, and it's probably like the size of like a big bouncy ball or some shit like that. But yeah, we both take a piece of it, and then we both start walking back to my house. So we get to my house, and probably like 30 minutes later, like not long after we get home, we start feeling the effects of this edible. Yeah, when I say that this edible hit fast, it hit fast. We took it, and 15 to 30 minutes later, we felt that shit. And it didn't feel like no like THC or like weed edible. Like, it felt very strange. Like, I don't know how to describe the feeling, but it almost felt like an acid or a mushroom high at first. I remember like as we got home, I started feeling like very out of body almost. But yeah, and we went downstairs into my room, and Jackson laid down on my bed, and he's just chilling there for a little bit, and he's looking up at the ceiling, and I'm like, bro, you good? And he's like, dude, I'm seeing like purple and green shit all over the ceiling. And I'm like, what? And he's like, dude, do you not see that? All that purple and green like stuff that's on your ceiling just like moving around? And I'm like, bro, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he's like, bro, it's there, I swear it's there. And I'm like, bro, I think you're tripping. And technically, he kind of was tripping. And this man, like, low-key starts to freak out, and he's like, bro, I think it's laced. I think it was laced, man. And I'm like, no, bro, laced? What? No way, this couldn't be laced. And boy, was I wrong. I was very wrong. So, like, literally not even, like, a minute after I said that, I, like, saw a shadow out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, bro, did you see that? And I jolt my head to the left. But there was nothing there. And he was like, bro, I think you're tripping too. And I was like, dude, I think you might be right, dude. This shit might be laced. And he's like, bro, is there anything that we can do? And I was like, not really. I mean, we kind of, like, already ate it, and we already are feeling the effects of it. Really, the best thing that we can do is just strap in for the ride and get ready. So we spend like 10 more minutes down there, and my friend starts kind of freaking out, and I'm like, dude, I cannot let my mom see you like this. Like, we should go. We should leave the house. Because for some reason, I thought that'd be smarter than just like telling her that, hey, me and my friend got laced. Like, we were trying to eat an edible, we got laced. I'll be honest, my brain wasn't working to its full capacity, literally. So yeah, we get our shoes on, and we decide that it's time to leave. So we start walking around the neighborhood for a little bit. And in my neighborhood, there's a park. So me and my friend were low-key kind of stumbling, and we go to this park, right? And when we get there, there's like nobody there. So we just like, start climbing on the play set, swinging on the swings, doing what like a normal person would do at a park. And all of a sudden we hear like somebody yelling. I can't tell if it's a kid or not. And it sounds kind of like echoey and like just very distorted. And I look at my friend Jackson and I'm like, dude, did you hear that? And he looks at me and he's like, yeah, dude, I heard it, man. Oh my fucking God, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, dude, calm down. Like, it's okay. Like, let's just fucking run. So we start running. And we run like a block or two away. And we get to this like main like road. And on this main road, there's like a McDonald's. So we decide to cross this main road. And for some reason, we decided to fucking do it, crossy road style. Fucking playing Frogger in that bitch. But yeah, we decided to play Frogger and, jump across the street, dodging cars and shit. And this was our idea of fun at the moment. Our idea of fun was fucking risking getting hit by a car because we wanted to pretend like we were in fucking crossy roads. So yeah, we do that. We get across the street just fine. Couple close calls, won't lie. Like I remember one car started blaring on the horn and I jumped out of the way like at the last second. And it like basically came to a full stop. But yeah, we ended up getting to McDonald's, and to be honest, I wasn't very hungry, but my friend was. But he was too scared to order, so he started begging me. He was like, Owen, please order for me, man. I'm too scared, man. I'm tripping, bro. Like, this shit is laced, and I don't know how to talk to people. So I was like, bro, I got you, because I'm a W friend like that, for real. But anyway, I go up to the person at the cash register, and I look at them, and they're like, hi, welcome to McDonald's. What can we get for you? At that moment, my brain just turned off. Like, straight up just turned off. And the girl was like, hello? Like, are you gonna order? And I'm just staring at her. And, like, I probably look like I'm fucking psycho. Because I'm just literally just staring at her in her fucking eyes. Like fucking Dexter or some shit. And she was like, sir, you need to order or step out of line. And I'm like, And then it hits me. The reason my brain turned off is because my friend didn't tell me what he fucking wanted. So I'm like, I forgot. I'll be right back. So I walk away and I'm about to go cuss at my friend, right? And when I turn the corner to like go to the booth that he was in, he wasn't there. And I remembered that this McDonald's had a play place in it. So I turned around and I looked in it and I saw him up at the top in like the little glass ball that you can look at and you can like sit in. And he was just sitting there, chilling. So I'm like, well, shit, here we go. I'm gonna have to fucking go up there and get this guy to come down. So I start climbing up the play place and I start yelling for him. I'm like, Jackson, bro, like, come on, man. I need to know what you need to eat. And like, this is for kids, bro. Like, come on. You're a high schooler, dude. Like, we don't need to be in the play place. Like, let's get out. Like, I get it. You're freaking out. I kind of am too. I keep seeing shit out of the corner of my eyes. I keep seeing like shadows and shit. And this man is refusing to leave the play place. So I have to get in there. And I fucking have to climb up there. And when I get up there, I'm like yelling like, hey, Jackson, come on, bro. Come on, man. And I'm like stumbling and shit. I'm trying to fucking get my bearing. Because I'm also tripping fucking balls. So I'm like climbing up this shit. And as I'm climbing, I like am losing my sense of direction. Because I'm so fucking high. So like I'll try to go up. And then I'll go left. And then I'll go upside down. And then I'll fucking do a cartwheel. And then I'll fucking get flipped around. Fucking my ass spanked by some fucking shadow figure in the background that's just watching, laughing at me. But anyways, I finally make it up to where I saw him originally. And he was gone. He was fucking gone. So I crawl around a little bit longer. Fucking bumping into shit. And there's like kids up there. So I'm like pushing them out of the way. Trying to find my friend. And I didn't realize I was really pushing kids. But like in my mind, I was just kind of like nudging them to the side. I wasn't even thinking that I was pushing them. So I'm looking for my friend, pushing through these kids. And I finally find him. And he's like in like the spaceship area. So there's like a spaceship area where it's like you can stand up in it and you can like look down on everything. It was kind of cool, low key. But when I get in there, he's like just like balled up and shaking. And like this kid is like trying to talk to him. And he's just not responding at all. And I'm like, dude, let's go. So I grab him by the arm and I just start dragging him out the place behind me. And I remember as I was like trying to drag him, I kept like falling. And then he'd like fall on me. And then I'd like pick him up and like drag him some more, and then I'd fall and he'd fall on me. And then we finally got to a slide. So we slide down this slide, and when we get to the bottom, we see these kids crying and these moms getting really mad. And then the kid points at me and says, "There he is!" And the mom starts walking over, and she's all angry, and she starts yelling at me. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm sorry, I was not trying to like upset you, like what's happening? I don't know what's going on. And she's yelling at me, but then she gives me this look of just like pure disgust, and she like looks me in my eyes, and she's like, "Kid, your pupils are fucking blown." And I'm like, "Huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just," and I like can't even speak, like I'm stuttering and shit, and like she can just tell that I'm fucked up. And she was like, I can't do this. I need to go get the manager." So she goes and gets the manager, and the manager comes in, and obviously she told him her side of the story before he even asked me my side of the story. So he comes in yelling like, "You can't treat my customers like this. You need to leave. I already called the cops. They're on their way. They're gonna come get you guys because you guys are fucking gone, and I just can't have fucking junkies in my store." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not a junkie. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm just trying to fucking get some, like, fucking, like, cheeseburger or something." And he's like, "You're trying to just get some cheeseburger or something? You don't make any fucking sense. Get out of here." And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, "Jackson, get up, we gotta go." And he, like, snaps out of it, kinda. And I'm like, "Dude, we gotta run. The cops are coming." And he just fucking books it, and I book it after him. And on my way out, I fucking hit my shoulder on the door and fucking ran into the glass wall. So not really making myself look any better. But yeah, we're running, and literally like down the street there was a Burger King. So we decided to go there instead. And we actually ate for a little bit. And like from where we were sitting, we could see like the main road that both the Burger King and the McDonald's were on. So we were looking out this window, right? And this cop comes driving by, and we can see him turn into McDonald's. So I look over at my friend, and I can tell that he's panicked, and I am too. But when I'm looking at him, since I'm like tripping fucking balls, his face is all distorted and stuff, and he looks like he's like kind of like not melting, but he just, I don't know, he looks really weak. And now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't think to mention this until now, but my friend was like a lot smaller than me. Like Jackson was like 5'5", and I was like 6 foot, and we were both like just like scrawny kids. But yeah, anyways, I look at my friend, and he looks super like panicked. He looks like just like disordered and stuff. Like I can't even like make out his face. Well, I can make out his face, but it looks super weird. And I'm looking at him, right, and I'm like, "Dude, you look so weird." And he's like, "Bro, what the fuck does that mean?" And I'm like, no, like, you usually don't look this weird, but like right now you look so weird. And now he's kind of the one that's like locked in. I think his anxiety and like the adrenaline from everything kind of like snapped him out of it a little bit. And he's like, "Dude, you kind of need like focus, dude. Like, we're kind of like on the run right now, dude. Like, we're fucked, dude." And I'm like, "Bro, like, it'll be all right, man. Like, I'm sure like everything's just like, it was blown out of proportion. I don't think that like they're gonna actually do anything. I don't think they're actually gonna like, act on it." And right after I say that, I see a cop car pull into the driveway at Burger King. So obviously the McDonald's workers probably saw us run across the street and go to Burger King. So I'm like, "Dude, we need to go." And he's like, "What? Why?" I'm like, "Jackson, look." And I point out the window at the cop car, and he's like, "Oh shit." So we go out the back door, or not the back door, but just like a side door on the side that we were sitting on. So we ran out the side door, and like my adrenaline kicked in at this point. So like I'm low-key like not even really feeling the trip. Like I still feel like high, but I don't feel as fucked up as I was like 10 minutes ago. So we run across the street, and across the street actually from the Burger King, there's a CVS. So it was like the Burger King, CVS, and then across the street from the CVS, the McDonald's was there. It was like this like triangle almost of like places to go. And then there was like a couple restaurants like lined up next to the CVS. And then there was a strip mall across the street next to the McDonald's. But anyway, we run across the street to this fucking CVS. We go right behind it, and we go like down this hill, and right along the side of the CVS and all these other like restaurants, there was a fence. And in this fence, there was a gate, and that gate led right to my house. So we're running past all these restaurants, and then we finally come to the gate. So we burst through it, and we start running towards my house. But I see that my mom has the garage open, and that she's home. So I'm like, fuck no, bro. We still like a little too fucked up to go home right now. Like we need to keep going. Like run past my mom's house and just go to the park. So we run past my mom's house. We run like a block past my mom's house, maybe two, and we get to the park. And when we get back to the park, it's empty. So we sit at a bench and we just chill for a second. And we think that we're in the clear, right? Literally like 2 or 3 minutes later after we sit down, this cop comes driving down our street. And my friend, he like starts to panic a little. But I'm like, dude, like just sit here. Maybe he won't even recognize us. Like just be calm, chill out. Like we'll just chill here. And if he says something, we'll run again. Yes, I don't know why I was so determined to just run from the police, but I was. And I was not going to let him talk to me. So I start to hear his brakes squeak. And I can tell that he's slowing down. And he's slowing down. And I can hear him stop. And I'm like, dude, he stopped. Run. So we get up, we fucking run. We're kicking up sand because it's the park. There's sand everywhere. And we fucking run. And directly in front of us, there's a creek. There's a hill and it goes down to like this little creek area. So we start to run down the hill and I fucking trip and fall because I'm still fucked up. And I fucking roll down this hill and I fall into the creek and I'm all fucking wet now. So I'm like, dude, holy shit, this fucking sucks, dude. Like, let's never fucking do this again. And my boy helped me up and he was like, agreed. So we start running down the side of this creek and we're running and we can hear the cops shouting. And his shouts just kept getting farther and farther away and we just kept going. We were like, fuck no, we aren't doing this. We're gonna outrun this motherfucker. I'm not getting caught by the cops. So as we're running down the creek, if you look to the left, there's a fucking pool. And if you look to the right, there's an apartment complex. And about 50 feet in front of us, there's a bridge. So I tell my friend, I was like, once we pass this bridge, we're going to take a hard right and we're going to run through those apartment complexes and we're just going to fucking book it. So we pass this little bridge. It's like a bridge for like bikes or like walking on. So we pass this bridge and we take a right and we start running through the apartment complexes. So as we run through this maze of apartment complexes, I realize there's a way that we can loop all the way back and then come back to my house without being spotted by anybody by cutting through neighborhoods and hopping fences. So we start hopping fences and we start cutting through neighborhoods and like halfway home I get a call from my mom, but I just ignore it. Because I think, like, when I get home, I can just explain to her, like, I'll just explain to her, like, I was busy. I didn't see that she called me. It's all good. So we run into my neighborhood, and right when I turn the corner, I see in my driveway a cop car. There is a cop car in my driveway, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? How the fuck did they find out where I live? And at this point, I already know that I'm fucked. So I'm like, Jackson, go home, man. Just go home, man. I'll take the fall for this, man. Go home. And he was like, bro, thank you. I was like, can I ask, but I don't want to be a dick. And I was like, no, bro, I completely understand. Just go home. So he runs off in the opposite direction and I start walking up my driveway and I can see my mom at the door talking to the cop. So I take a deep breath and by now the high is like mostly worn off. The adrenaline kind of killed it a little bit. I still definitely felt wobbly and a little fucked up, but I knew I had to lock in. So I did. And I went up to the door and my mom was like, what the fuck did you do? And surprisingly, the police officer was actually pretty chill. He was like, miss, I know what you're going through. I have a son about your son's age and he's ornery. He's a rebel. They're at that age where they're going to be rebels, but I did want to talk to you and I just wanted to let you know that he was running. I tried to get him, but he just kept running, He's fast. I won't even lie. He's pretty fast. And low-key, that kind of boosted my ego a little bit. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. And he looked at me and he was like, that's not something to be proud of when you're running from the police. Maybe, like, join a sport or something. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he asked me, he was like, so why did you run? And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to tell him the truth. Like, what's the worst that could happen? So I tell him, I'm like, yeah, I ate an edible. It was laced, and I was kind of tripping that whole time. I was freaking out. I still kind of am tripping now. And when I saw you, I got scared, so I ran. And my friend was also tripping because we both took half of it. And yeah, I got laced and got scared. And he looked at me, and he gave me a big sigh, and he just like looked at me, and he was like, kid, you don't need to be doing drugs. You don't need to be taking edibles. You don't need to be smoking weed. Now, I do want to ask, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like I'm a little woozy, a little dizzy. still seeing some things. It was a weird experience. And he was like, yeah, I bet. So here's what's gonna happen, bud. I'm gonna let you off with a warning because I appreciate how honest you were with me, and I can tell that you're a good kid. And hearing that was the biggest relief in my entire life, dude. I thought I was going to fucking jail, dude. I thought I was fucking done for. I won't even lie, dude. I thought I was fucked. And I mean, I still was. My mom was not happy. But the police officer went on his way. My mom said thank you, and my mom grabbed me by the arm and dragged me inside and was like, Owen, you're grounded for a fucking week. No, 2 weeks. You're grounded for 2 weeks, Owen. What the fuck is that? Don't fucking run from the cops. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. And she was like, yeah, I bet you are. You're going to be grounded for 2 weeks. And I was like, I know, there's no getting out of it. So I went to my room and enjoyed my punishment. And yeah, that about wraps up this story. Moral of the story is, don't be like me. Don't do what I do. Don't run from the cops. Don't take mystery edibles. Yeah, not very smart. And please, if you're gonna do anything dumb, be smart about the dumb things you do. If you're gonna do edibles, make sure they're at least from a trusted source. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that story time. It's a pretty crazy one in my opinion. Pretty long one, so I mean, like, I don't know how many of you watched to the end, but if you did, drop a comment telling me what your favorite fruit is. And I wanted to say thank you so much for all the support. We are almost at 100 subscribers, so if you're new here, click that sub button, click that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.